Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Craft Bags and Fashion. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thanks for your encouragement. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do so. Kindly like our video, share and subscribe. So hello everyone. Now in today's class we'll be treating I call it midi bag. So the measurement for the bag is front. Now look, this particular bag, the front, the back and the base, they are all cut together. It's a one straight cotton bag. So the front and back is 10 by 11, the base is 4 by 11, the side is 6 by 11, the zipper part, yes, the zipper panel in the middle is 9 by 2 inches. You're going to cut two pieces of that. And your long strap, the handle, it has a short handle for carrying. That one is 2.5 by 14.5, or depending on how long or short you want the handle to be. And the long strap is 2.5 by 45 or 50, depending on how you want the length to be. So now we are going to go into it. So now this is the measurement for everything. Like I said, this is the back panel, the back, the base and the front. So this particular bag, they are all cut together. It's a one straight cutting. And the stiffener I'm using in this video is called Kari board. This stiffener is called Kari board. So after taking your measurements, now this is everything. This is the front, this is the back, and this is the base. This is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. This is it. So that's about the body. Now this is the side. Like I said, the side is 6 by 11. The side is 6 by 11. Now there is something about this side that I want you to pay attention to. If you look at the side and this base, they are not the same thing. The side in width is 6. The base here is 4. So what are we going to do to make this fit into this? Now you come to any part of your side, any part of it. From here, you take out 1 inches. This way, you also take out 1 inches. You do the same thing for this. Here, 1 inches. From the top, you also take out 1 inches. Now you come up here and also take out 1 inches. And also take out 1 inches. Now, what do? Join these ones together. And we are going to what? Cut it out. So now the logic is, this is it. If you look at what we're having left, we'll be having 4. Can you see? We're having 4 inches that will fit in to our base. So now this is the logic. After adding our gum, after gumming our line, our leathers to it, this is how it's going to come. Like this. On our bag. Like this. So why is, if you look at the length of our body panel, it is 10. But this one, the side is 11. The reason why it is 11 is because by the time we bring these two together, it's going to reduce back to 10. The length will reduce back to 10. And why this is 6 is by the time we cut out this, the ones we just cut out now, it's going to reduce back to 4. So the normal actual side for the bag is 10 by 4. But because of the kind of side that we are using, this is one type of side in bag making. We have different kind of side. If we are not going to use this kind of side, or maybe we are just going to just give it a little shape here and add it to our bag, then all this process are not needed. But for this kind of side, anytime, even if you are doing a smaller bag, as long as you are removing inches, 1 inches or half inches, if we are removing half inches, that means we'll be adding the length will be 10.5 instead of 11. But because we removed 1 inches, we added 1 inches extra to the length. For the side also, if you are removing half inches from the side will be 5 instead of 6. Because we are removing half from both sides, then we'll be left with 4. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain. So that is how this kind of pattern is. Now we marked out this upper part. We are going to, from where we marked, where's my long ruler? From where we marked to the end here. So bring it down. Do the same thing for the other side. So what are we left with here? You can see we'll be left with 4. So that is how this is done. So you're going to do this for both sides. This pattern, you're going to draft it out for both. So you can always draft this pattern out, but I would suggest you always do it afresh in every one, because there are sometimes you're doing a smaller bag, and there are sometimes you're doing a maxi bag, and there are sometimes you're doing a midi bag. So we have 3 types of bag. We have the maxi, we have the mini, and we have the midi. The mini is the smallest, midi is the medium, while the maxi is the biggest. And we have small maxi and big maxi. There are some maxi that are bigger, but for this one is the small maxi. It's the maxi bag, but the smaller one. There are some, if I want to make it bigger than this, I can make it bigger than this. The only thing is I increase it in length and I increase it in wide, in width. So this is everything. This is everything. This is the zipper side, the zipper panel. I'll be using this cheap expression paper for it. This is expression paper because it's thicker, but you can always get chipboard. I've mentioned that in our introduction class. So this is for the lining part of it. I'll be adding my leathers to this. When I'm done, you'll see what trying to see. So let's dive into our gummy. So you're going to make sure the gum is everywhere. I'm trying to show you the process from the scratch so that you can always subsequent it on other designs. So after this particular class, I might not be showing this process any longer. So because I want to show how it is gum, how to gum neatly and all. That's why I'm showing us everything. So you make sure the gum is everywhere. So you leave it for like 2 minutes or 1 minute just to dry a little. So it is dried a little. Then I'm going to add it to my. This is what we are having. So now the next thing is to fold. To fold, because this is having, it is having a sharp edge. They are all having sharp edges. So what you do is just like this. So by the time you fold, it will become like this. Just don't make sure you don't go closer. So let it dry very well. Don't not so dry like that though. At least to the extent that by the time when you're touching it, it's not wet. So if you're still touching it and it's still wet like this, you leave it for a while and let it dry a bit so that by the time you are gumming, it will not be opening back. So you can see the way it is today. Close it. So if you feel that there's any need for you to cut out any excesses, you cut it out. So this is how the bag is going to be. Use your hand to smoothen it well so that it can. So this is it. Now the next one is the side. I'm going to work on one part of the side so that you can use this method the same way, because it's having this kind of edge. Normally sides have this type of edges. So you just now you come down here and divide this into 2 before you shape it out. Same thing to the other side. You divide it into 2 and shape it out. So I'm going to apply my gum and show you how to gum it. So it has dried. Now I'm folding it folding it. Now, this one is the same way we did the body. You see, the way I folded it. Now you come down here, you bring this part up here. Now, this side will come here. This side will come here. This will come here. Any excesses will come out. And so then this will come here. If there's any excesses, cut out every excesses so that it will be firm enough. And this is it. Now, the kind of side I want to put, I'm going to add the gum to this. I'll allow it to dry, then fold it. The D-ring, I'm fixing my D-ring, then I'm going to put it in. So this kind of side I'm going to measure 1 inch from the top, then try and cut this part. Favor. So I'm going to try to remove the chipboard that is here. You can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I've done that. Then I'll fix it in. Be careful so that it won't. So we have this. So I'll punch this place and add my rivets. So this is rivets. This is how the rivet looks like. See, then I'll take my plier and apply pressure on it, and that is it. So this part I'm going to get my glue and I'll glue it down, then fold it. So for this one, you're going to, after doing this, you're going to apply gum on it and attach another fresh leather to cover the opening. So I'm going to do this for the 2 zipper parts. Then the next one is the lining. This thing. This is going to be a support system for the lining. This is also 2 pieces. It's also 11 by 10 by 1.5. It's also 11 by, no, it's not up to 11 because I removed like 0.0. I remove like 2 centimeters from it. So this is how it's going to be. Then your lining will fall off. At the other end, so the second one will be there. So this is the zipper part. You can see I already put an extra. What I'm going to do is try to trim it. Please trim it gently so you won't cut out. This is what will be. Just try to trim out every excess. So now everything is ready. This is the lining support, the zipper part. Don't forget I said the lining support is 10.8. I removed 2 centimeters. 10.8 by 1.5. 2 pieces. The zipper part, 2 pieces. The side, the other side, is also 2 pieces. So the side, 2 pieces. The zipper part, 2 pieces. The lining support, 2 pieces. Then the body, 2 pieces. So what is needed next is this. We are going to add the normal lining to it, and our side we are going to add the lining to it, the zipper part, we are going to add our zip to it. So that is the next step. That's it. So welcome back. Now from where we stopped in the last video, I said we will be adding our lining to everything. Now this is the lining I'm using. This is a waterproof lining, not the tailor-like lining. So when you're getting your material, you get a waterproof lining or a suede. So for this project I'm using lining, but it's a waterproof lining for bags. So what I'm going to do now, I've applied my gum on both sides, and I'm going to allow that to dry before attaching, because it's still wet presently. If you can look at it, you can see that the gum is not dried yet. So I'm going to wait for it to dry. So while waiting for that to dry, now this is the bag handle. This is 3 by 12. 3 by 12. I'm going to take this to my sewing machine. I'm going to fold in both edges like this and sew it down straight. I'm going to do that on both handles. So this is it. I'm going to fold it like this. Then don't forget the measurement is 3 by 12 and a half, or depending on how long you want your handle to be, the bag handle to be. So I'm going to do this for both handle. So this is the two. Now you are going to get your hose. You make sure your hose is not as long. So if your handle strap is 12, then your hose should be around 10 inches. Now you're going to fix it into the strap, just to give it a support. So this is how it's going to be. Can you see? This is how it's going to be. So you do that for the second one also. So the next step now is to attach the strap to the bag. So this is how it's going to be. Now we have to secure it down with our glue first. Now on each side of the bag, I'm measuring 2.5. So 2.5 inches. I secure it down with my glue first, just to hold it down. This must be done before putting in our lining or whatsoever. Sure you understand? So we have to secure it down first. Then the other end also, I measure 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches, and I also secure it down with my glue so that it can just stay up like that. So this is how it's going to look like this. Can you see? So I'll do that for the second side. So can you see? This is how it's going to look like. Now the next step now is to work on our zipper parts. Now this is our zipper part. This is our zipper part. So you're going to cut a longer zip. This is fancy zip clothes. This comes in silver and gold, because I'll be using gold for this bag, so I'll be using a gold zip head. So now this is how you're going to bring your zip, like this. Can you see the way I did mine? Can you see it well? The way it is. So I'm going to start my stitching from up here.